Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Be ready to be shocked and amazed by today's shock drop. We're dropping new plants this Friday. It's been something we've been doing the last few weeks. Can't go on for forever. Basically, this is a combination of our limited sale and our 10 at 10. So there's small numbers in these. So there's not giant numbers. Too big to go on the limited sale. Too small to go on the 10 at 10. So this is just right in the middle for you guys. We'll be dropping limited numbers of some of these cultivars today. They'll be up until they sell out or the weekend's over. So that's what these will be. Some incredible plants, some chance to pick up some things that might shock you that they came back so quickly.
Yeah, it's been one of the easier times to go find limited items and to go find these smaller sets because leaves have dropped in the nursery. So you can walk around and you can actually see all the labels, see all the trees where they're at. So we found 20 trees getting listed today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the shock drop. And this is the shock drop. Since we've done one before, this is the shock drop for December 27th of 2024, the last shock drop of the year. Y'all get ready to be shocked.
Oh my gosh! I'm going to react like that every time you say a plant. Oh my gosh! Oh, I can't believe it! All right, coming in here first, we've got Acer Pseudosubultianum Hazelkus.
Y'all, we're bringing these in 1 gallons. Hazelkus is a selection by Ed Hazelkus. It's a Pseudosubultianum X palmatum. It's got deeply divided, almost like Matsumuri-like Pseudosubultianum leaves. Great fall color. Zone 4, so it's extremely hardy.
That's a shocker.
We've got some 1 gallons of these. Not many of them, but it's been a while since we've been able to offer 1 gallons of Hazelkus. Dropping them on today's shock drop.
That's a great plant. That's going to be a plant that some of you Zone 4 people are definitely going to want to take a look at. Coming here next, we've got Acer Palmatum Vix Broom. Talk about underrated. I don't think we've done enough of this plant. Even looking at the numbers right here, I'm like, man, we should be bringing this back in higher numbers. This one kind of reminds me of kind of like a Kiyohime, but definitely a broom. So you get that short and center note in it. You get a purple border in the early spring, a real bubbly, rounded appearance to it. Small, compact habit, but a little bit more broom shaped than Kiyohime shaped. Absolutely love this plant. Great for the container garden. A showstopper in the early spring. Many would say it's shocking.
Next up, guys, we've got Aridino Nishiki. This is a variegated Japanese maple, variegated on the new growth with pink and white. We've got a whole video on how to promote more variegation on this style. Go check out that video. But morning sun, afternoon shade, best conditions for Aridino Nishiki. All
right, guys, here's one of my favorite Acer Japonicums. We've got Rising Sun. Hard to beat that one. Great fall colors. Just a phenomenal Acer Japonicum. You know the song The House of the Rising Sun? They can't really pinpoint its origins. You know that?
No.
Like they think it could even be Celtic. Like it's been around that long. Like it's like, it might even go beyond that. Like people, they're like, this guy got the credit for writing it. Like everybody knows the Animals sing it. But like, then they're like, well, it's in early Delta blues. And then they're like, well, then it's in Celtic traditions. Like no one really knows where that song came from. It's just been around for many, many generations. Rising Sun, phenomenal Japanese maple. Big leaf Japonicum, great fall colors. You get yellows, reds, and oranges all at the same time on it. Big red tassel flowers to it as well. One of the better large leaf forms. I think if you don't have a Rising Sun, it's a great one to pick up. We do have an old school breakdown back when we were filming on the phones, but it's a good video. Go check it out.
Yeah, we've got an amazing video at Criticos Gardens in fall color on Rising Sun. Go check that one out because the fall color is just shocking. Guys,
shocker you said that.
Next up, we got Acer Palmatum Dark Night. I didn't think we had many of these around. Found a small set of these for the shock drop. It's a reticulated selection by Talon Buchholz, and it's more in that purple ghost type kind of look, but a little more strongly reticulated, variegated than some of your ghost types that are purple.
Talon named it that because he is such a big fan of Batman. I want this to be known that Talon Buchholz likes Batman.
I think his blog said he wouldn't have named it Dark Knight if he didn't know about that.
I can hear my
Batman
phone ringing.
BS.
I can hear my phone ringing now. Talon's going to call me. He's like, oh, Matt, about that Batman BS. All right, coming in here next, we've got Shin DeSojo, the improved DeSojo. Shin means improved. Great growth, fast grower. Beautiful pink red in the spring. Great for bonsai. You know Shin DeSojo, awesome plant.
Yeah, I mean, the spring color was just so dynamic in the spring and the fall. Which is one of the reasons why Shin DeSojo is so popular. The changes of the seasons really makes this tree something unique for the garden and draws your interest to the spring and the fall when it's at the most intense colors that you can really get out of a Japanese maple. Guys, next up, we've got Aratama. This is a bubbly, round, little dwarf Japanese maple witch's broom. We don't offer too many of these on MrMaple, but we offer them from time to time through the limited. Guys, I found a smaller set of these. really unique witch's broom we hadn't offered in a while.
Great spring colors. I've had it be pink red with kind of yellows. I mean, just all kinds of color changes on this one, especially in that early spring. Dense and compact. I tend to give it a little bit of protection, side it up next to a house or with some late day shade. Great container plant, really nice and dense.
Guys, next up, we've got Acer Palmatum Red Wine. This is one of those spring color interest Japanese maples that give you some intense colors in the spring. The color of red wine, that's where it gets its name.
Yeah, one you don't see a lot in America, introduced in Europe. Great name, great plant, durable. Another one of those ones with the spring interest where I think it would be, probably not in people's main purview for bonsai, but another one that is kind of a one-off Sen to Sojo or one-off to Sojo. So you can kind of think of this one as a variant. A lot of people are all about those different variants of de Sojo, and they kind of forget some of these types that would fit that mold very well. Red wine would fit that very well. So this would be a great one for bonsai because of the leaf shape, the structure. It's going to give you a lot of what you like about de Sojo in a different color pattern. And
there's not many of these on this limited drop with our shock drop. All these items are in more limited numbers than we list on our 10 at 10s. They sold out last weekend. They actually sold out the weekend before that when it comes to the shock drop. So make sure you take advantage of these trees before they sell out. That means be in there at 10 a.m. when these trees get listed.
All right, another one for the bonsai crowd, but looks great in the ground. We've got Acer Palmatum Arakawa in limited numbers. That's got that alligator buckle bark. So it's got that buckle to it. You can identify this one from Nishikigawa because typically Nishikigawa has more lines and fissures to it, and Arakawa has more of that alligator buckle to it. So it kind of looks like an alligator skin. You get that larger kind of bark buckle.
I recently got a Cody box, and speaking of alligators, I started going back and watching like all of those like old Steve Irwin things where he's like, crikey. Now that's what I think of when I see Arakawa. It's like, crikey, because it's got
shocking.
that alligator bark. Guys, next up, we've got Green Star. That is an amazing tree. We've got them in XLs and regular 1 gallons. It is a green aminum that gives you some really nice yellow fall color. It's one of the best of the green uprights to give you that yellow fall color.
Yeah, I actually, go watch our video I did on Osakazuki. I talk about this and that as well. I prefer this to Ichigyoji. So one that sounds a little itchy to begin with anyway, so I don't know about that. Kind of sounds like something you might need some powders or something for Ichigyoji. But Veritrees recommends Ichigyoji, Osakazuki, and Hogyoku as the trifecta. And he sells this as this amazing pairing where you can put these three together. For me, most of the time when I've seen Ichigyoji, it's more orange. It looks too similar to Hogyoku for me. I find that Green Star is the perfect pairing with Osakazuki and Hogyoku because you're distinctly yellow. Like this one's going to be golden yellow, what you want out of a yellow. And then it's going to pair nicely with the oranges of Hogyoku and the reds of Osakazuki. So you're getting three distinct colors. So I prefer Green Star in that. That's the one I tend to put in there for my, best yellow that kind of matches Osakazuki. It's going to be smaller than Osakazuki, but it looks so great next to it. And especially when they hit that fall color. The yellows of this are going to offset Osakazuki perfectly.
And the color in the spring is Kermit the Frog green.
Kermit the Frog green.
It's Kermit the Frog green on the leaf. And the leaf unfurls like a hand like Sumagaki does. I mean, it is an amazing selection that gives you some of that brighter green color in that early spring.
Gotta love Tim's references.
It's Kermit the Frog green. And the leaf looks like a star. So Green Star, perfect name on the selection. Y'all, lights up in that fall with that bright yellow color. Next up on the shock drop, we got Shiranami.
Better get on this one. It'll sell out fast. It's been a little while since we've had Shiranami. Always one of our most popular trees from the 1700s. Just an all-around great plant. Goes through so many cool color patterns. You've heard us talk about this one a lot, but in the spring, you'll get yellows, pinks, and greens. In the fall, you'll get yellows, pinks, and greens. It's crazy. It kind of reverses pattern. I've had some amazing like apricot pinks on this and yellows. It's just such a fun plant. The lighting on this one can change the colors a little bit. It's so graceful. It's so interesting. Shiranami, one of the all-time best plants in my opinion.
Y'all, next up, we've got Ilex crenata Rock Garden. And this is an amazing selection. It's a small growing Ilex, and it's maybe not Ilex crenata. It's like a Ilex hybrid. So it's one of the brand new stinking hybrids that's just awesome because it stays so slow growing.
Doesn't smell at all.
Yeah, it doesn't really smell. But it's got that compact form that you think of something like an, almost like many of the Osmanthus heterophyllus, those false hollies, those compact, small, dense forms. This is on a true ilex that's just super slow growing. It's possibly one of the slowest growing ilex that's out there. It's just next level, fits in those rock gardens, and that's where it gets that name of rock garden.
As the name implies, it's durable, it's heat tolerant, it looks great in small spaces. It's great for trough and conifer trial gardens like that. So you can have that little trough garden or just container planter. Great for fairy gardens to add that interest. The berries are going to be, colorful. It's going to have a really nice interest year round. These are in our Welsh pots, so perfect for a Welshman as well if you're from that area.
From Welchland. Next up, we've got Picea glauca pendula. This is a weeping white spruce. I was walking through the conifer house and got some of these selections for conifers. People have been asking on the shock drop, is it always going to be maples? You're going to throw some other neat things on there. Y'all, on this shock drop, I've threw some other things that aren't maples on here. And we've got that weeping white spruce in 1 gallons right now. Some good sized ones. It gives you that evergreen interest, more of that sort of white color on a spruce and a strong weeping habit. Stake these things up so you can make it look like these amazing specimens we've got on the website. Go check out those photos so you can sort of see how this tree just is dynamic in its heavily cascading habit. For you maple people out there, similar habit to something like a Rayusin, but with an evergreen. You
guys asked for it, so we'll do it. When you ask for more conifers on the shock drop, hey, shocking, we get a gun. All right, guys, next up we've got Mop and Glow. Now, this one's a fun one. This is a rare golden conifer. It's an incense cedar. This one is going to work zone 6 through 9. Here's what's something shocking about this. Obviously, everybody knows Mop and Glow. That was the product back in the 80s you heard. I actually was in high school ROTC, and we put Mop and Glow on our shoes to cheat and make them shiny. So you put a little Mop and Glow on there, look like you'd shine for hours, right? So look, I always won the shoe shine there with a little Mop and Glow on the shoe. Little trick for you folks shining shoes. Anyway, interesting thing about this one is it's from Maupin, Oregon. So it's literally a Maupin, 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 Oregon, found by Greg Rigby. Nice colors on this one though. This one is dense, full, golden yellow. And I really like just the overall structure of this one. The color and texture though are really nice. You can get some greener, older growth with kind of like highlighter yellow on the edges. Now we mentioned earlier that rock garden does not smell. I will say Mop and Glow, it is an incense cedar, and it does have an awesome smell. It smells very pleasant. Yeah, you kind of want to go and bunch this one up a little bit sometimes and just get that incense cedar smell. All right, guys, next up on the shock drop, we've got Chamaecyparis obtusa Cheerman in 1 gallons. We've been sold out for a little bit. I mean, I was shocked that all of our 2 gallons had sold out already on Cheerman. I was like, that's insane. I started walking around the nursery and I was like, it's sold out online. I'm like, well, shoot, here is a small set of Cheerman we can drop on the shock drop. How obtuse of you to not know that. Anyway, Cheerman, amazing small plant, guys. It's a Hinoki cypress from Japan. Absolutely love it. Another one that's going to look good in that rock garden. Another one's going to look good in that small conifer garden. They can get bigger, but it has to be a very old plant to get some size to them. We have a few around here that are 6 foot already at MrMaple. They're 20 plus years old. Just a really cool Hinoki cypress. If you don't know Cheerman, grab you one today. That's an awesome plant. Yeah, just that blue-green kind of color that's just outrageous. Grab it. Next up, guys, in 1 gallons, not many of these, Osmanthus heterophyllus ogon. This is a yellow false holly, dense compact form. Sunlight brings out that yellow color a little bit for it. These things have some great sizes on these 1 gallons that I picked up and saw for this shock drop. And again, I was shocked that they were still around. They were sold out on the website. I was like, item for the shock drop. Not many numbers on this. Grab you an Ogon before they be gone. All right, next up, we got Pinus parviflora Fukai. Now, this is a variegated Pinus parviflora. Shocking. Yeah, so it's your Japanese white pine, but then on top of that, you get some shocking yellow in that in the pine needle itself. Awesome tree. Not many of these left. We dropped these on a 10 at 10 last month in November. Every now and then we get shocked ourselves when we're going through the greenhouse. And there was a little bit more left around. What are these doing here? We thought we sold all these. So we dropping them on the shock drop, y'all. Next up, we've got Abies alba pendula. Now, this is a weeping white fir. Hasn't been on the website in a minute. Again, it's one of those things where we leave a few off in case things get damaged. Don't worry if you have hold orders. All those are already down into separate greenhouses, tagged, ready for you. So all these trees are available. And we don't want to shock you that way next spring. So we do have spring holding. Let us know if you want to have an item held for a later date. But yeah, these your orders are all pulled.
Yeah, so this white fur, extremely rare. Found a small set of these. Take advantage of it. Next up, guys, Ginkgo biloba Saratoga in 2-gallon talls.
I didn't know we had those left. That's crazy. Great looking plants. These are actually pretty big. I would recommend picking these up before they go to the next size because these are honestly big 2 gallons. They're ready to pot up. A lot of these are probably going to go into 7s or 10s. So really nice looking plants. Great fall color, great leaf to this one. We did a full breakdown at Tom Cox's on Saratoga where we show you that plant. And it's got a really unique leaf to it. I like that. It's almost like the most maidenhair of any of the ginkgos. You kind of get that almost elongated leaf that's flat. It's kind of ruffled all the way down, but it doesn't have your typical ginkgo leaf shape.
It really has that more maidenhair look that
looks more like a maidenhair fern.
Exactly. And ginkgo has had that maidenhair name for a long time. Saratoga was a selection that was found and introduced by the Saratoga Research Station in California. And it is one of the most unique leaf-shaped ginkgos that's an upright male, durable, and great fall color. So,
if you're a lord and a lady and you saw this tree, you'd be like, that looks like maiden's hair. Right, coming in here last, we've got Pinus Mugo Carson's.
Y'all, Carson's is a mountain pine, small, spreading out wide, and it gives you that yellow color all throughout the year. During the winter months, though, it intensifies in that yellow color, and it's one of the more brightly colored yellow evergreens.
You'll walk up in the garden in the winter months, and you'll be shocked at how beautiful this tree is. It really is one of those plants. We did some Buckholz conifer walkthroughs. We walked through the blue garden in the winter months, and it's really one of those plants that draws your eye, and those yellows really dominate that winter landscape. They really show out. They really bring the garden together, too. I mean, it's one of those times where that's their showcase, especially during a certain time of the year when the yellows are at their forefront. It's one of those great plants to be adding, and especially it gives you something of seasonal interest even when the landscape can be a little less exciting.
So guys, that is our 20 items getting dropped on the Shock Drop. Take advantage of them while they still are in stock. Many of these items will sell out fast. Our website doesn't hold it for you until you complete that checkout process. So you can have some of these in your cart and it doesn't hold it for you. So check out quickly, y'all.
You'll be shocked at how fast some of these sell out.
You will. And thanks for jumping in today's video on the Shock Drop. Probably not too many more of these going because I don't think we can keep these going forever. But definitely take advantage of these while we're listening.
Hey, if you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, you can always grab a Mr. Maple gift card. If you have a late party or a late thing going on, or you just want to give somebody something cool going into New Year's, give them the gift of gardening. We've got Mr. Maple gift cards in tons of different increments. Some of those higher increments are a great way to donate to your favorite park or arboretum. So you can give some of those higher increments as a way to donate a specific amount of money. You say to your favorite arboretum, well, then they're going to be shopping for cool Mr. Maple plants up in their game. They can pick it out, but some of those higher increments are there for arboretum donations.
And those gift cards Matt was talking about, they go directly to your email, so they are there immediately. So it's not like you're having to sit around and wait for a gift card. You can get that gift card, print off that 16-digit number that you can plug in on MrMaple.com, and that is the gift card itself. Make sure you click on the email, the link where it says open gift card before you print it. Guys, take advantage of this Shock Drop. We also, right now, on top of all this, we have our end of year customer appreciation celebration going on right now on MrMaple.com. Some of the best prices you'll find on any Japanese maple throughout the year.
Yeah, those will rival some Black Friday deals. Check that out, man. There's some great deals. There's some of the best deals you're going to find until spring. And be ready for spring. I mean, this is a great way to load up on some great prices. You won't find prices this good in the spring is the answer because that's when everything's selling out. So some phenomenal deals. Some things are on sale that we will sell out of anyway, which is pretty shocking to me. I don't know if that's always the best idea. A lot of these items are going to sell out no matter what we do, but we're giving you some great deals on them. That's part of our customer appreciation sale.
Thank y'all for jumping in. Take care.
Have a shocking day. God bless you. Take care.
Take care, y'all. Bye.